Hello, welcome to More Faith with Kisha. My first name is Kisha and my last name is Moore. And on this channel, we talk all things, most things faith. I love to give my faith testimonies to motivate, inspire, and to encourage you to keep the faith in your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, but most importantly, to keep your faith in God in the name of Jesus. So today I want to just talk about praying for a new job, how it's very important to be intentional about praying for a new job, praying for the proper work environment where it's not going to be toxic, it's not going to be depressing, it's not going to be stressful. I mean, you'll have stressful moments, but you know what I mean, where it's just not overall just like, oh my gosh, like this is just a stressful job. I don't want to be here. I don't want to work here. I can't handle it. And you're calling off. Just be intentional when you're praying and you're believing God for another opportunity. I remember when this was like a while ago, I was looking for a new job, and there was one company I interviewed for, and in the interview, I was just like, man, the managers that are interviewing me, like, they don't seem happy to be here. It's like, they don't seem excited to work for the company. They just seem very depressed and down. It was a really good paying job and it seemed like a very good opportunity. But just being in that interview, it interrupted my spirit so much to the point where it was like, if they offer me the job, like, I don't know. And it's so hard sometimes to turn down what seems like a good opportunity because I've been there. But you don't want to go from bad to worse. That's what I mean by it's important to pray about the job. So the interview, everything went good. The energy was kind of off. They weren't rude. It was just they didn't seem happy to work for the company. But I remember while in the interview, the guy told me, he was like, you know, we like you. I'm confident that we're going to move you to the next step. This is what you should expect and all these good things. And after the interview, I remember like not being happy about it. And I was like, it just didn't feel right in my spirit, to be honest. I was like, man, like, I don't know if I want to work for this company. But if they offer me the opportunity, it would be really hard to turn it down because of the pay. It was a really good paying job. And the commission was really, I'm in sales. I've been in sales like most of my life. So the commission structure was like really good. I was like, dang, it would be really, really hard to turn this down. Because on the other end, you're like, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity. On another end, you're like, is it an opportunity? So I was kind of like, for 2 weeks, I was going back and forth, contemplating like, if they offer me the position, am I going to take it? And I remember getting down on my knees and I prayed. I was like, God, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what to do in this situation. If they offer me the job, I feel like I want to take it. Another part of me feels like I don't want to take it. I don't know what to do. But this is my prayer. Give me peace about whatever decision I make. If it is your will, Lord, and this is not the job for me, don't even let them offer me the position. Don't even let them offer me, because sometimes we can't tell God how to do things. We have to do things based upon our faith and our trust in Him and knowing His voice and hearing His voice. I can't tell God to always send a sign. That's why I said, if it is your will, Lord, do not let them offer the job to me. If they offer the job and it's not your will for me to take it, then let your will be done, because I just wasn't sure. And they told me that I would hear back from them like maybe like in a few days, and 2 weeks passed. And the longer I waited, the more clear the decision was that this would not be an opportunity for me. And then I received an email, and in the email it said, you will not be moving forward to the next step. And I say that before I felt peace about it. I was like, okay, that was confirmation. Like, I know this wasn't from God. So again, when you're praying to God for employment and jobs, be very, very specific and be intentional, because your mental health is very important. A lot of people suffer from depression, anxiety due to work, and you don't want to be in a work environment where it's causing you to be depressed, you have anxiety, and it's a toxic work environment. You don't want to go from one job that is not so good to worse. Be intentional with your prayers, what it is that you want, everything, the type of people that you want to work with, the type of person that you want to be, the clients, and not saying that it's going to always be perfect, it's going to always be peace, because that's not the reality of life. Sometimes you will be in stressful situations, sometimes it will be stressful, but it shouldn't always be that way. Like, you shouldn't just feel so much anxiety and just, man, regretting taking the job or not even wanting to come to work, and then you're calling off, and now it's jeopardizing, your income. You can't pay your bills and they want to fire you. You don't want to be in that situation. Be okay with walking away from a situation. If the pay is good, but something doesn't feel right in your spirit, if your discernment is like, I don't think this is it, you have to be okay with walking away from situations, because everything that is a good thing, a good situation, is not of God. It's not a God thing. And those are some of the things that I've learned throughout the years, that everything that seems to be appealing, that everything that seems to be good and money, is involved, and I'll make this money. If it's not of God, then it's never going to be right. So be prayerful about what you're requesting from God, about your work environment, the jobs, what it is that you want. Be prayerful, be intentional, and be very, very specific. And don't be afraid to walk away or decline a opportunity, or it's not an opportunity, but an offer that is not really conducive to what it is that you need in your life. All right? Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.